Far out, gang.
I was gonna say what's up, party people, because I'm gonna rip that from what's his not Weird Al, what's his name, Young MC. You know what I mean? Like Weird Al, Young MC, adjective. I got confused there for a second. Um, I got a lot to say about this one. First of all, what I'm doing is the videos that I was making before, they were big, elaborate, full color scene background, the whole nine pictures. And I I was about to say I didn't even mean to say this. I was about to say I don't want to do those anymore. Absolutely, I want to do those. I was about to say anymore after that, and I hate that. It's a peeve of mine when people say anymore wrong. I'm going off on a tangent right now. I'm sorry, but when people say something, people are crazy anymore. I hear people say that a lot, and I never used to hear that when I was growing up. That's very wrong. Like I don't know exactly how to like identify it, but it has something to do with a negative, like a lack of something. People don't do this anymore. That makes sense. People do this anymore. That sounds terrible to me. All right, back to the story. So I'm taking way too long to do what I usually do, and I had this idea just for the personal want to get more stuff out more consistently, which has been something I've been struggling with. I'm out of breath. Let me take a drink. Seriously, I'm out of breath. I apologize. So, what I am doing now, what I'm doing right here is, I took a break from what I'm doing right now, just for a little bit, a few hours. That's it, to do a portrait. No crazy shit. Just like let's do a portrait, black and white, like what I used to do when I was a teenager. And of course, I feel like I'm a lot better at it than I was back then. But I just got distracted. I saw myself in the little window, standing up, looking. I was cleaning the little feet because when you push against it and it gets dusty, it just starts to slide away from you. Anyway, so there's a big list of people that I just want to draw. No ideas for scenes or anything like that, and the list is always growing. And then I started realizing, you know what? I could break away for about 4 to 6 hours. Oh, I got out of breath. To what is wrong with me right now? Oh yeah, I'm not breathing. That's what it is. I'm just spewing words without breathing. So I could break away, like, for an hour. Not an hour. This didn't take an hour. It took 6 hours. The first hour was I keep trying to revamp and simplify a good way to map out some of these proportions so that I can fit the head relatively where I want it on the page and the size and all that good stuff. So I'm always trying to revamp that and simplify it and all this stuff. I was overcomplicating it for the last few times that I was doing this, a portrait. And it was really bumming me out because I felt like I wasn't doing what I used to do naturally, which is just pick up and go. But if you pick up and go, it's the beginning part is the most technical, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like the most soulless, technical. Like I got a little ruler thing, my little clear grid ruler. But then once I get past that and I'm around where I am right now, it starts to feel good. And then what happens is I start to outline the face. See, right now I'm probably feeling pretty good. I say, all right, I'm on to something. And then once I start outlining the face, it goes to kukaka, because then it starts to look like, because all the detail around it isn't there yet. And so you're just like, what the fuck? Their face looks fat, like a balloon. It's too big, stuff like that. And it's like, just keep doing the detail. You'll be fine. And you start doing it. See, right here is what I'm talking about. It's exactly what I'm talking about. It doesn't look right because you're just like, you're half cartoon, half, realistic drawing land. That's where you're at. Anyway, so I figure if I could break away and do just like an old, true to form pencil portrait, even though it's digital, hand-drawn pencil style portrait, then I can, get through some of these things in my head and get through things faster. Because I was going to say, this is where I'm getting to the point of this picture. Now that I got all of that out of the way, is not everybody, I was going to say not deserves, but like not everybody requires a big, elaborate, colored scene. You know what I mean? some people I just want to draw and I have no ideas. But in this case, what happened was me and my wife started watching Game of Thrones. My wife was like, I want to start watching this. And, I don't know necessarily. She asked me if I wanted to watch it with her. And I'm like, all right, well, this is supposed to be the best show, on the fucking planet since 2011. So, all right, 2017, let's live it up like it's 2011. And let's do this. And I really like it. I didn't know if I was going to like it. I don't really resonate with the whole medieval thing. I kind of get squeamish at the idea of cutting off people's heads. And that's only getting worse the older you get. Not the older you get, like everybody's like this, but like the older that I get, the more like I can do it with video games all day long. Give me the goriest video game. It's fun. I'm laughing, I'm giggling. Like actual shows and stuff where they're trying to realistically depict things like decapitation and stuff like that freaks me out, man. But anyway, I watched nonetheless, and I got over that shit quick, and I'm full in. I'm all full bore. And that's the thing is that like almost like back in the 80s and stuff when when I was growing up and you'd watch a show, like Perfect Strangers was not called Perfect Strangers. It was called Balky. All right. Now a lot of people might not know what the fuck I'm talking about. Bronson Pinchot, Mark something. What's the other guy's name? Shit. He's no longer with us in the sense of visibility. I don't know if he's off the planet completely. Mark something. Mark St. Paul or some shit like that. It was a weird name. Anyway, it wasn't called Perfect Strangers. It was called the Balky Show. And then like Family Matters. I think I knew Family Matters as Family Matters, but a lot of people knew that as Urkel. You know what I mean? But my point is that this, I call it the Tyrion Show. Game of Thrones. Because this is the dude. This is that dude. He is the I was about to say the Gary Coleman, which that was unintentional, but yeah, like I came up with different strokes was people, Arnold Jackson or whatever. But this is, as far as I'm concerned, oh look, a baby boy has made his appearance. A new challenger has entered the arena. It is true because he grabs my pen all the time. I literally fight with him to let me draw. And unless he's got my phone with the PBS Kids app. Anyway, there is a show on PBS Kids. I never knew that I'd be bitching about PBS Kids in my life until I had a kid. But there is a show on PBS Kids that I was just telling somebody this yesterday. I want to write PBS Kids and say, what the hell is your problem? Why are you doing this to us? It's a show where the main character, the only line he says is, how did I ever get myself into this? Wait, is that how he says it exactly? How did I ever get into this? Or something like, yeah, how did I ever get myself into this? Every 10 seconds. And he says it in different inflections, and it's always whiny and yelling. It drives me nuts. I was so mad. I was like, who thought that this was okay? This is parent abuse, parental abuse. So anyway, we got the Tyrion Show going, right? We're in the later half of season 2. And what was I gonna say? So I made a list of faces that I wanted to just draw, like people that I want to, for long time stuff, new stuff. And then first thing that came up was Peter Dinklage after I watched a video. You got to watch this video of his. You just look up on YouTube, Peter Dinklage, Light Up the Night. And it's this one of those, how like celebrities will do speeches at schools and stuff. And it's him doing a speech at some college or school or whatever. I doubt it was a high school. It's probably a college. What do I think about? That'd be hilarious if you had to do it at a high school. I mean, no offense, but it's like I think it was a university or some shit, and he was saying, "What an honor," unless he went to that high school or whatever. Anyway, I'm not saying. All right, I'm back on it. So what he said was, or what he was talking about was his path into what do you call it? Success in acting and stuff, and I like the story because you find out that he wasn't like was not indoctrinated, but like injected in by anything else other than his own will, because he spent a lot of his adult years at a shitty Joe job, and that's admirable. Because you look at his face, and he's got that intense face. Like, there's some actors that you look at, and you go, of course you're an actor. You know what I mean? You got that intense face, that like, that look. You know who else has that? Michael Ironside. Now, I know that I'm going back. I know that he's not playing in shit, but if you go back to, like, not RoboCop, Total Recall or some shit like that back in the 80s, and you look at Michael Ironside, you go, that's just a bad guy. Like, I'm sure he's a nice, sweet guy, but you look at his fucking face and you say, that's a bad guy. There's some people that are actors that you go, he just looks like he's meant to do this or be that real bad guy. And I'm not saying he has that look, but he has that intense look. What do you call it? Not Michael Ironside. I'm back on Peter Dinklage. And he's just got that, like, that like, how could you be anything but an actor, an intense actor who can also pull off comedy well. And that's it, man. I saw that video and I said, how fucking good, how relatable, how what I was gonna say, what a nice story. It's not like all of a sudden I'm an old woman out of nowhere. What a nice story. Would you like some ribbon candy? And then, of course, like, he's my favorite character on this show that we're trying to imbibe so desperately and so quickly. I have a problem watching TV. I'm not a big like show watcher because I don't have the attention span, and I don't have the attention span for it. So when, there's people that I know who can watch multiple shows, full seasons, they're so excited. And I'm like, did you just watch TV for 6 hours yesterday, today, and tomorrow? I mean, they say yes. I go, wow, man, I can't do that. I need to get up, stretch my legs, go do something interactive. It's probably why I like video games and drawing. But yeah, I hopefully a week from now I'll do this all over again. In between doing the other project, the main project that I'm on right now. Yep, and that's it. This is what it looks like. I was freaking out about the hair, but all you have to do is sit down and work on it for a while. Thanks for watching this. If you would like to actually watch me more, like what I'm working on currently, and see more videos like this, check out my Patreon page where I post more frequent in-progress videos. Other than that, follow me. Thank you.